According to my headphones, we sound bloody fantastic.
Okay.
Okay.
We're here. We're awesome. We
Good
sound
enough
great.
for me.
Hello, everyone, and let us start the game. Freaking finally.
Time is an illusion.
Time is an illusion, but some of you have to work tomorrow. So,
It is true.
Tomorrow only happens when I finally fall asleep.
yes. All right. So, chat, we're just going to rip into it. So, if anything goes wrong, let us know. Besides that, welcome to
Oy vey. And something already went wrong.
What is today?
I don't know.
Like, what
Obviously,
is
you have not had
today?
enough energy drink yet.
Today-
I hear it's Wednesday.
Chug,
No.
chug,
It's
chug.
Wednesday, my dudes.
Happy Wednesday!
I didn't even sink my boat today. Like, this
Well
is-
done, sir. You're doing better than Monday.
Yet.
Yeah.
We went out with Mike because Mike got a boat, and he sunk it.
I sank
Before
it.
we even got
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
These-
Did not actually go under.
Kelly and Christine showed up as I was pulling my boat back out of the water.
This is incredibly
full of water.
funny.
Yeah.
You will
How?
never make that mistake again, though.
It's super
What did
true.
you
You had so many old dudes like being like, "Are you okay? You know you gotta plug that boat in."
But then they followed it up with, "Yeah, I've done that too."
Yeah, well, a couple of them. One guy was a bit of a prick, but all right. So, Christine, you said it sounds fine.
It sounded great. So until somebody says something, I'm not going to put my headphones back on.
Yep, makes sense to me.
So if it sounds great on my Bose headphones, I figure obviously that's
Bose knows.
the good quality. So
The Bose knows.
Yep.
There we go.
That's new tricks.
Okay,
It's okay, Amy. You don't
finally.
need to die.
Amy die counter 1.
One.
All right,
You should
Amy,
have
stop
that right
taking the
above,
bowl.
right above her head.
You must spear with perfection.
There should be a little thing here.
Accuracy.
Amy die counter.
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Use your CQC.
What?
Hello.
The
Don't
Amy
worry,
die
don't worry about
counter.
it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Generic Fantasy Setting. Sorry for the technical bullshit. It's been a month. Anybody who wants to buy me a USB mixing board, I will happily accept that. Please, because right now I'm using my Zoom, which is good, but it doesn't play nice with OBS, and it's what I can afford right now. Yay! So, welcome to this Generic Fantasy Setting, and without further ado, we're just going to jump right into things once I remember what the hell was happening.
We left the
Underdark.
SNS heading towards the
We're gonna go to a
Orgy
party.
Fest.
It's not called Orgy Fest. It's called the. Did I write down the name because that was so? Here's a little tip for those of you who are looking to run your own role playing games. When you do so, don't give them the option to go to an S&M festival unless you're ready to back it up, because your players will choose to go there even though you threw it in as a joke.
You told us it was in the Underdark and involved drow. And
So we had to.
if you have watched the previous streams, you would know.
And if you haven't watched the previous streams, why are you here? Anyway,
Yeah.
So
I mean,
I
welcome.
imagine, I
Also
imagine
too.
there's gonna be
Don't
like
discourage viewers.
there's gonna be a backtrack from like Triance, and like this time it's Riri with her S&M song.
that's true. Yeah, I don't even know what Rihanna. I'm gonna write down Rihanna? Question mark.
We have to figure out what Rihanna is.
Quick question: did anybody write down the names of those goddesses
I
and
didn't know it was
gods?
gonna be on the quiz. I didn't
It's on the
study.
quiz. Did anybody jot this down?
Hold on.
Nerd.
Amy's like the only one who takes
Amy is the
it.
chronicler.
Nerd.
These are not good notes. from that.
I can't read my writing.
They're better
no,
than my
all it says
non-existent ones.
is Underpass, Festival of Basir. Or her daughters. Or followers. Lesser gods.
I mean, how many daughters do we think she probably has?
Lots.
Daughters or sorority sisters? Who knows?
You
Oh
can-
god, they're not daughters. They're just sorority sisters.
Basically.
Yeah, like, could you just give them a collective
And frat
name?
boys.
When it comes
Whatever.
down to it, they're all
Yeah, they're
the same.
Basir's bitches.
The BB.
Beesh. The B team.
She's
They're the B team.
No, not Bish. No.
no, they're not Bishies.
They're not
They're not.
Bishies.
No, nobody's a.
No.
Say she's my bishi. No,
Bishonen.
Sishomaru is not your bishi. All right, so with that, you leave
Don't
the SNS Inn and begin your travels. The four of you, as well as Farah and Cadamus Warforged, proceed to wander the hilly terrain. And it is not long before the autumn air gets somewhat crisp around you, and you will see in the distance gray storm clouds begin perforating the horizon, punctuating, and beginning to drizzle rain on you.
That would be the rain they told us about.
Now, up ahead, what you are going to see more than anything is that the hilly terrain that you're on right now flattens. For the four of you, you have never seen terrain this flat. It is impossibly
Ridiculously
Kansas.
flat.
Oy vey.
In the distance, you can see that there are some hills, but it's an impossible judgment to make. How many miles, how many weeks of travel it's going to be to reach them? Anybody who wants to make me a nature roll can maybe guess it, but
I'm gonna try.
Sure.
Time to roll some clicky clackies.
I'm gonna try.
I don't think that's good enough.
7.
7? You're like,
Oh no.
I don't do flat areas and plains.
9.
9.
9.
Wow,
5.
we
23.
Maria!
Hey, so looking at that, you think that it probably is. It's no nice trip, but you think it's about a week straight walking before you start to get to the hills.
You know what? I can do without hills for a while. I don't want to walk a week.
Now, you were at the beginning of the last vestiges of bumpy terrain, basically, before it flattens out. And this land that you're looking in front of is completely ringed with storm clouds. Then you see it, a crack that rips through the sky, and a bolt of lightning larger than you have ever seen explodes the ground. And that's when you notice that the entire plain system here, valley system, it's kind of hard to define, looks like a giant field of gopher holes.
That's what they meant about the storm fields. Yep, no. I'm not walking in that. Because as much as Vela seems to like me some amount, I'm wearing armor.
You're conductive.
Very, very conductive.
So,
One might say shocking.
so what do we do? Do we go like around, out, under?
Well, wasn't that why we were going under dark?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
It's going around is going to take way too long.
But where do
and-
we enter from?
I don't know. Look for a hole.
Now, the road ahead of you leads in a couple of branching directions, rounds around this last chunk of hilly terrain. And as you continue on it, it's an old gravel road that branches off in two directions, one that sweeps to the right, one that sweeps to the left of the lightning plains. In the distance, you can see what looks like a town in the far distance on the right where the hills start to begin, which breaks up the lightning impacts. And then on the left, there is a wide swath of nothingness that breaks into a forest. And at that forest, you can see that there is a large... Well, once upon a time, it was probably a large tower. Now it kind of looks like a forgotten landmark, perched over the horizon, looking down into the woods. However, at this juncture, the base of a hill that juts up maybe 30 feet, you will see old stone carvings around an open door. More of a porthole than anything. With steps leading down into a cavern.
Alright then. That looks like your entrance.
Yes.
There is a wooden sign hammered in next to, written in flowing elven script.
Greek to me.
It says no goblins.
So funny.
It says no goblins.
If they can read.
Right? Besides, if they're goblins, I'll just crap them.
Right, you had crabs.
I had crabs.
You should get those
Crab.
checked.
You say crab or crap?
Crab.
Crabs.
Crab.
Crabs.
To be fair, I did hear the P as well.
I had crabs. But
I
they disappeared
enunciate
after
more
an hour.
I
clearly.
knew what you were talking about, don't worry.
I
was there.
Are we really doing this? Farah says.
Doing what?
Going down.
Yeah. I'm gonna pass stop.
Well, why don't
on
we
the
just fly
opportunity.
across it? It's fine. It's just.
Do you want to die? Because that's how you die.
Farah,
We're probably gonna die down there.
I'm the lightning cleric, and I don't want to go through there.
You say to the lightning cleric?
Faith involved.
That was the joke.
Just remember, Farrah, you're conductive.
Ah, come on, cheer up. It's not that far. It's just a little bit underground.
Yeah, we'll be through it before we even know it.
I start going down a few of the stairs just to check to see if they're sturdy or
They're very sturdy. They're carved right into the stonework.
nice.
Actually, it looks like there's some type of light-colored stone with a slight bluish veining to them.
Pretty.
To all of the stones or like one in particular?
All of the stairs.
I look for anything that might seem a trap.
Yeah, absolutely.
Come on, Farrah, let's go. It'll be fun, I promise.
Didn't you say we were basically going to an orgy?
Well,
9.
you don't
We're
have
going-
to join it.
And we're going
Yeah, I know.
through an
Consent is
orgy.
key.
or by
I mean,
an
we're
orgy.
going through
the
area.
region. Hopefully, they'll all be in good spirits and won't bother us.
I mean, if they're having an orgy, they should be in good spirits.
Exactly. And
Though who knows what's
Distracted.
actually happening because it's an Upperlander view of whatever they're doing.
It might be very different.
Might
It
not be what we're
very
expecting.
different.
A lot of things have messed with our expectations
What did you
this
get?
is true.
9.
ever since we hit the
Seems fine.
bloody landmass.
Cool. I keep going.
Yeah, you
Things
totally
are
do.
weird on the continent.
Hey, Kelly,
Yes.
roll for knowledge about drow festivals?
Sure. Give me a history roll.
History?
Can any of us make a religion roll to
13.
figure out if we know anything about this particular set of...
You may roll with disadvantage because this is not the type of thing you would have learned in school for sure.
Yeah,
Because nobody talks about orgies in school, not like they used to.
Those were the good old days.
Those were the good old days back in Rome.
Yeah,
This is why I'm never running Requiem for Rome for the channel.
I got 13.
You know what? I'm
13?
gonna attempt that religion roll just for the heck of it.
Sure.
disadvantage.
Nat
It's not too
1.
far apart.
I know
13.
nothing about Basir.
13?
Or at least about these. 13.
Okay, so 2 13s. What kind of things are you trying to pull out about this place?
Are we likely to get our lives threatened?
I mean, it depends what you do. Generally, the drow have a bad reputation among a lot of the sentient races just because they're a very insular people. However, drow aren't categorically...
Yeah, I'm more thinking like this particular festival, if we're trying to pass through, is it going to be a problem?
From a knowledge standpoint, no, not really. You think that
Okay.
you shouldn't have to do maybe some weird offerings or something like that. They
Huh.
normally... It's not the type of rite where there is no forced involvement. There is no... You should be fine.
Yeah, okay.
You should be fine. Both of you realize you should definitely be fine. You should probably, at the very worst, they'll probably ask some type of monetary tithe.
Okay.
They might rob you,
Okay, so...
but they'll probably do it in the guise of organized religion.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, so it'll be bureaucratic robbery, which is taxation, really. Which is,
Legal.
Yeah, Farrah, come on. It'll be fun. Let's go down the steps.
great. I love the Underdark. It's so undery
And fun.
and darky
And fun.
and
away from daylight. Woo!
and with that,
Honestly, what's the worst that can happen?
I mean, I see only positives about
Valia
the
will just
situation.
reach up and thump you. That is not what you ask, ever.
I'm proud of you.
I see
You're
only
taking after
positives about
Mars.
this.
Sorry, I misspoke. What's the best that can happen?
Thank you.
We get involved in a massive, awesome party.
Yeah.
I
There you
mean,
go.
we could potentially lose Mars.
Hey!
Is that a positive or a negative?
I'm not sure.
Hey!
He pats you on the head.
Not cool, guys.
I think
not
Mars
cool.
would enjoy it because she'd be lost in this orgy festival.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
Yeah, well, I miss you guys.
You make your way down the stairs, talking about ways to get rid of Mars. And
with love. With love.
Get rid of you. I'll remember this. I'll remember.
as you are going, you'll see that this path that you're walking on is actually fairly well traveled, and you can see that there is a significant amount of litter
Yeah.
along this road that's carved into the mountains. Besides the stairwells there, you'll notice that down the centers of the stairwell are 3 sets of deep grooves, about a foot wide. Taking a look at them, you think they're probably about the size of horse-drawn carts, so that carts can be brought down here as well. And after the first few steps, it will actually even out to a slow, spiraling cavern tunnel that proceeds at about a 20-degree angle.
Oh, cool.
Sharp, but not too sharp. The slope carries you down, and you're wandering for quite a ways. As you're going, you'll see there are broken bits of discarded wagon wheels, rotting garbage, a banana peel that looks like it's been there at least a month and a half, covered in bloated flies.
Yuck.
The giant banana.
It is not a giant banana, it is a normal-sized banana, but it gives
Giant
you a nice
flies.
scale for the cavern.
Excellent.
As you continue on, you'll actually see as well that there's a significant amount of graffiti around here. And there's one particularly blurry bit written in common directly in front of you, Mars.
Do I pick up on any thieves' cant drawn in the graffiti?
Oh.
I read and speak in thieves' cant.
Yes, actually. If you're specifically looking for that, as you're going, you will see that, for one, the black spiders have a symbol here.
I'll point that out. Is it the same symbol as before, or is it like
Yeah.
different in any?
It's interesting because it's painted on a series of stalagmites and stalactites, so it only is visible as it's signed from a certain angle.
Yeah, I'll point it out.
That just announces that there is a guild house at the next city. Now, as you're looking as well, you will also read that there is a sign in front of you that's written in fairly blurry common that says... Actually, it's really quite hard to read. Is anybody giving it a try, or just keep moving on?
I'll give it a try.
Sure.
Yeah, Mars mentions it all.
As you cross your eyes to look at it, you can see that it says, "Trouble reading this? Try Lothar's Lights for all your torch and lantern needs, just a short ride away in Orlyar."
Is someone reading this aloud to us?
Yeah.
Are you reading it?
Yeah, I'm reading it out.
Oh,
You
wow.
can see that certain letters are accented. Like one of the letters is actually a heart shape, and like it looks like it's quite weird. However, Mars, looking at it immediately, you see that certain letters are marked in a way that denotes thieves' cant. It's saying that Lothar's is not only a light shop; it's also a fence.
Offense.
Yeah, buy stolen goods.
Okay, so while you're reading that out, I'll like point out to you where those that's
We buy stolen stuff.
Or sell stuff.
or
We
sell
don't have
stolen.
anything stolen. though.
Do we have anything that's hard to sell in general?
You could just say
We have
stolen.
Mars.
How can you sell what's given away for free?
Oh snap!
Oof.
Mars, we know we love you, right?
Well, that's true. Also, you did sell it. Didn't you sell it?
What?
The Apollo.
Yeah, you did sell it actually.
Or did you just rent it?
What? What
How
are you
does
talking
that
about?
work?
What are you talking about?
You.
You.
You got bear murdered.
You did.
I think she was buying then.
Oh.
Oh, but she was working there too.
Hey!
What?
Adamus is going to jerk a thumb up at the wall where you see about 8 feet up the wall
I was working on the wage gap.
in bright Dwarven script. Can anyone read Dwarven?
Yes.
It says dwarves suck. You see him jump up and try to wipe it off. It's just
Oh no!
bunch of arseholes.
It's
just like
shouldn't have
paint,
looked up.
or is it like other materials too?
What's that?
It's like paint.
That's paint.
That's funny. Well,
You should write down at the bottom. Elves blow,
I mean, kinda.
because they won't look down and yeah.
Hmm.
Look, anyway, let's just keep going. Come on.
All right.
I'm
Are
just
you gonna
kidding.
sketch that down?
Yeah.
All right, cool. You can absolutely.
Don't you have that paintbrush still?
You
Yeah.
still? Yeah, you can write
You
with that paintbrush.
do.
It's still very wet.
Do we know if it does anything else weird, or just always
You
wet?
never tried.
I'll write Mars was here. Just somewhere I can find space.
He's gonna look at the painting suspiciously and see if anything happens. For like a couple moments.
You're going to what?
Watch.
Watch and see if painting with the paintbrush does anything really weird.
Actually, you'll notice that the color sets rather quickly.
No. Okay.
Normally, paint takes a few minutes to dry, but this seems a few heartbeats.
So he's basically just gonna look around and
See if any portals to other
check to
realms
see if
open.
any portals to other realms open or something just spawns suddenly in
What
its
color
access.
paint was it? Was it blue or
It
pink?
was blue.
Blue. I'm just trying to imagine what we're walking through as it's going down. Is it almost like a tunnel?
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
So it's just like a long cavernous tunnel that is quite dark, but all of you have dark vision.
Woo!
So it more or less looks like
Yeah, that's what I was imagining.
basically like that, but with just more stalactites coming up from it.
Nice.
So
like natural.
yeah, but also you can see places where it's been widened. The
Yeah.
ground as well is graveled.
Mm-hmm.
So as you're walking, there's a bit of a crunch, a little bit of traction. It's not just dirt inside of here.
Neat.
And
I don't like this.
What?
Means it's harder for me to sneak if it's crunchy when I walk.
there are a preponderance of stalagmites and stalactites that are starting to creep around the edges, giving this place a strangely mouthy feel. On either side, you're surrounded by fangs growing out of the cavern. You continue onward?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do, you will... Your passive perception is 20, right?
18.
18, and then 16 and up?
17.
17,
18.
18? As you approach, you start to notice that there is a bit of a breeze blowing at your face.
Does it smell of anything?
Smells of spring water and a slightly fungal odor, but also like steel and wood smoke and
You're probably coming up to a cavern in the
Yeah.
village.
it definitely smells a little mildewy as well. And that's the predominant smell that's actually reach you, is the smell of a cavernous opening. But it's as you're nearing the edge of this opening, and you can see around the corner, there's a bit of light suddenly as you round an edge of this looping cavern. Looping tunnel. Bit of purplish blue light shining in. As you're nearing it, you can see that there are splatters of bright neon blues and neon greens coming off of meticulously harvested fungi. Until this point, they've allowed it to be largely lantern-based or dark vision-based, but here there is about a half-light of just glowing bioluminescent growths.
Cool.
As you approach, you'll see that above a large archway that is beautifully crafted stonework. Not quite dwarven good, but still impressive. Well set, well maintained. Written in giant luminescent fungi, reads, "Welcome to Orleans." A lot of bonsai training.
Huh.
As you're walking by, the three of you will notice. As Mars takes a step closer and looks out, as this suddenly branches out over a massive cavern that spans a third of the lightning plane. You can see for miles in every direction from up here, spiraling pathways that loop and twist at maddening depths. Cities and, city spires reaching up. You're looking at a metropolis that probably hosts 5,000 people, 10,000, maybe more, as well as numerous honeycombed side passages.
We're gonna need a guide to get through this.
As you walk through, you'll notice that some of the fungi on the ground there, the light is not shining from them. Something is blocking it. Someone bled on one of the fungi. Blood has stained and stuck, the iron clotting above this light. Distant. Hear something.
It's not spiders.
Nope. What is that?
Suddenly, from underneath the pathway that leads out in front of you, on either side there is a railing, but this pathway swoops, extends over a good 200-foot fall. A long, spindly leg will reach over, followed by another. And you will see a tremendously large spider. Size of... the size of 12 men. Step over, but that's not the most horrifying thing. The most horrifying thing is that its black carapace and red-streaked belly come to an end at the top of its thorax, not in mandibles and squinting eyes, but in the torso of a man that stretch up, the dark skin of a drow.
Ah, whoa. Hello.
He comes up and steps onto the bridge in front of you, wearing crossed bandoliers of leather across his chest, as well as a number of leather-stripped accoutrements and a billed cap that's very much like a newsboy style, but cast in leather. He looks you all over, narrows his eyes. G'day. How you all doing today?
Not too
Good.
bad. Yourself?
How are you?
Not bad. I heard you might need a ride.
We need a guide.
Hey, same thing. I mean, you're gonna walk all the way in. I've been waiting for a fare all day. Name's Bruce. I'm a driver. I'm here to help you.
How much?
How much you got on you? I'm just kidding. So to get you into the city, it depends whether you want the premium service or the other service.
What's the differences?
Well, you walk or I walk.
Oh, fair enough.
He turns and you can see that his back is covered in straps and saddles. Got room for 6. Coincidentally, there's 6 of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3 gold to get you into the city on me.
sounds good.
Each or total?
If you've got each, I'll take it.
Well, if it's gonna be each, then I'm gonna walk. But
Stingy, are we? That's what
I'm a dwarf.
It's true.
What do you expect? I have to live up to stereotypes.
Yeah, it's probably right. I've heard the stories. The 2 dwarves invented copper wire by fighting over a copper.
Yep, I've heard that one too. Daddy's real proud of that one.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's fair enough. But yeah, so 3 gold pieces get you into town. And to be honest, it's a bit of a discount, but I've been stuck here all day, and I kind of just want to head in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Awesome.
Sure. I'll toss. Tia will toss 3 gold.
Yeah, we're looking to get in, but mainly we're trying to cross. We don't want to go through those lightning fields up above,
Oh, yeah.
and we're trying to get to Skilly Town.
As a bleeding blight. Oh, Skillytown.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just on the other side of the hills up ahead.
All right.
About 2
Do
weeks
you have
away.
any recommendations of like best route? Is it really difficult? I've never been.
Well, I mean, depends what you want to do. You're not going to spend any time for the festival, are you?
Wasn't really planning on it, but
How fun is it?
Oh, mate. Oh.
Can I do an insight roll?
Yeah, yes, you may. It depends.
Can I join that inside?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may.
Unnatural 20.
21.
He seems really bored, but generally seems fairly trustworthy. Which is putting you probably ill at ease because he's half spider. Like, it's not he's riding a spider.
I learned my lesson in the very first episode with the goblins.
I'm
I'm not judging.
Don't just make assumptions.
Yeah, so to give you a sense, like, this is...
Yeah. There we go.
Spider-Man
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
is actually just a taxi cab.
Yeah, he's a drider.
Does whatever a taxi can.
He seems fairly legit, though.
Okay.
And honestly, he's wearing, like, he has saddles on his back. When you give him the coins, he has a special pouch for it. Do you need a receipt?
No.
All right,
Good.
that's good. That's some people do it for business expenses. You
What
wouldn't be
business expenses?
I mean,
the festival. Do you know how many blokes come in here and they they write it off? Some kingdoms will write this off as a business expense if you bring the right people in.
Oh.
Yeah.
If only we had a business.
we are our own business.
That's fair.
Let me guess. Traveling minstrels?
No.
Oh, I'm just joshing you. I can see that you've got.
You don't want to hear me sing. Mars, on the other hand.
Yeah, probably.
She sings well.
Hey, you look like us.
What?
I mean, closer. You've got the right skin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't have horns.
Wow. Nobody's perfect. All right, he'll kneel down. You can see that there's a little unfolding stairwell that pops down from his side. All right, alley-oop.
Okay, I'll climb on.
Yeah.
I would definitely. It's your option to use the seatbelts, but I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah, he's gonna climb.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, no, you're tall. I'm
Yeah.
wanting those seatbelts. Thank you.
Tia's gonna
You
do
tall,
that.
I small.
Yeah.
You tall, I small.
All right, so are you planning to go through all the way through tonight, or are you going to the festival, staying at one of our numerous inns?
We
Doing
could
any-
use an inn.
How long does it take to get all the way across?
Yeah, but well, if you hire me all the way across, it's going to be a bit of the 3 gold is going to get you into town.
Mm-hmm.
But take about 12 hours on a drider.
Okay.
I know a lot of shortcuts.
And what time of day was it when we were up?
Up there it was
Upstairs.
just about 5 p.m.
So in that case, we do want to find somewhere to.
Yeah, let's find ourselves an
So you
inn.
say about 12 hours. How much? Just so we know.
Well, actually, if you go on the other side, basically it's a flat rate. And so you go to. Is everybody buckled in, by the way?
Yep.
All right, let's go the quick way then. And he starts walking and then goes around the side of the tunnel and upside down.
Knew it.
Alrighty.
Knew it.
This is different.
Constitution check to not hurl because this is weird.
Yeah, give me a constitution check.
This is awesome.
I'm good.
I'll shake my hair around.
How's Farah with being upside down? Because remember the last time she was,
Whoa.
Is this a little bit too much like
This is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of
falling
weird.
to her death?
Oh yeah, I didn't like
She's
flying.
strapped in.
I'm not.
I wonder if this would like do the same thing, unless it was just being very high up.
Well, that would.
This is weird. Not a bad weird, just a weird weird.
Very cool.
different.
Yep, can't say I like it. Like this quite at all.
Nalia will just shake her hair until it all falls down.
What? It's in my mouth. Blah, 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 blah.
Be You keep swinging it around just so the braid smacks him in the face.
Oh. Like this game.
Oh god, is all the long hair
Oh my
coming
God.
down?
No.
It's in a big braid, but...
Whap!
Listen, woman, if you want to have this fight, we can have this fight. And he's going to reach up toward the cord holding his beard.
Oh my god, does someone need to sit between you two?
No, they're flirting.
Really?
I'll shift and smack
Oh.
Tia with my braid.
Yeah, that's how.
You
that's
take
how they flirt.
2d12 damage from the braid.
Can
It's
I?
spiked.
It's it's spiked and it's a hair-raising endeavor.
Oh,
All right, things are getting hairy back there.
yes.
All right, so you continue down, and as you're going, so to get all the way across, I mean that is an entire shift. I could probably do it for about for the lot of you, 60 gold.
Ooh.
It's a bit steep.
Mm.
I could do a cut rate depending on if you have any tradable items.
What are you looking for?
Oh, I mean just anything of value. I'll take in kind.
I mean, I don't know what you consider to be of value from.
Yeah, gems, jewels, rings, anything you found.
Okay, so the typical. Okay, good.
You know, donations of blood.
Sorry, what?
So I can do
Donations of blood.
that. I can do that.
Okay. All right, you can give. We take blood and other fluids. You know, just it's good to give to the gods. A lot of the religious organizations around here do a bit of collecting that way,
Mm.
and other fluids.
Yeah.
Hey, don't judge. We're a very open-minded people.
You remind me what your name was?
Bruce.
Bruce. Thank you.
Yeah,
Slipped my mind there.
that's a pretty common name down here.
I like this idea. Not walking for too long. That's great.
That
Is
does
this,
sound pretty good.
You seem a little bit green in the gills.
Hey.
You seem a little bit grey in the gills.
It's because you're green.
Said,
Is
hey.
this your first time down under?
Yeah.
No.
Did you...
Yes, I know. I've been doing it the whole time.
No, I appreciate it that you actually went down and said it.
I went there.
Yes.
I was
did.
thinking, like, was the thing with Ern's crystal, that wasn't this deep, but was it still underground?
It was in an underground temple, yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
I'm not sure how far down it would have gone compared to, like, the other temple that we were at, too.
It wouldn't be underdark deep, but closer to the other one. Yeah, ish. Alright. And I get Winter, can you make me a will save?
Oh.
Or wisdom save? I keep saying will save because it's
Yeah. You bought? You watched?
I botched.
alright. You are going to oh god, how do I even
Oh no.
Alright, so
Let's see what happens. Yay.
Mars, you look out over the expanse, and in the darkness, the pale blue light that encompasses this entire area, you will suddenly feel a second heartbeat atop yours.
Oh my god.
Your chest will constrict, and you will momentarily lose all sense of your surroundings as the darkness, it feels almost like a head rush, like your blood pressure has changed and you stepped up and your vision goes dark.
Does she, like, pass out? Like, when you go,
For
like...
half a moment, you basically will dip into the darkness of passing out, and the only thing that you will be able to see are 3 points, the shape of a triangle, staring at you. And that's when you recognize that whatever it is looking at you. Those 3 points are eyes. And as your vision swims, it will slowly clear, and you will have that strange twisting feeling in your gullet.
Oh, I don't feel so good.
You are going to be sickened for the next 10 minutes.
Okay. I don't feel so good.
What's
Can
wrong,
I
Mars?
get words out, or am I like, ugh?
That's it right there.
Mars, what's wrong?
Pointer off the side. Don't puke on us, please.
I mean, we are upside down.
I know, which is.
Oh, try not to aim for anyone. Let me get you to the ground. Hold on. He will lay a bit of web underneath and will slowly descend you down the 200 feet, trying to angle it with his hip. I'm going to say that's a hip. It's not actually a hip, but I guess it would be spinnerette.
The spider, you know?
I'm not gonna like
Spidery hip.
bother with doing any sort of constitution. You're just gonna be sick.
You're just gonna. You probably aren't even vomiting. You're probably just retching. You are going. It feels almost like. It feels almost like that standard cramping that you're used to, but very violent and very, very strong. And further up, just like that twisting inside of your gut. And after a bit of time, honestly, it only takes about 30 seconds, but it feels like forever before you are down on the ground.
Ooh, hi.
Alright, can we... Oh, I think she got some on my side. Can you get your shield off my back?
Hold on, we're gonna need it. Second to...
I will come over and pick her up and put her on the ground.
That's okay, I can get this, cleaned off.
Sorry about this.
Oh, it's alright. Sometimes being upside down does that. A lot of people aren't used to it.
I'll offer him a handkerchief and my water bottle.
Thank you very much. He'll start working at it, just kind of polishing it off.
Is this one of those spider bodies that are like kind of hairy spider bodies, or is it slick?
He's very slick. Actually.
Okay, good. So it's not like in fur. Okay, good. Not like a dragon.
No. He's far more like a.
Just to be sure.
He's far more like a.
Yeah.
Black Widow, basically. Like that's the kind of spider.
Okay, cool. Just figured I'd check because that would be a very, very different problem.
So as you're down in the.
I'm not liking this.
Nope.
The ground beneath you is strangely cobblestone. And you find that you're in the center of a city square is where he's dropped you off, or at least a courtyard. You can see that it's actually more of a plaza. There are courtyards leading through, as well as some fountains that are spewing out some slightly green water. Probably has some algae tint to it, but it looks very, very pure and is very, smells very fresh down here. However, as you are cramping on the ground, and all of you probably get off of Bruce's back, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Tia is...
And it looks like pain, like...
rubbing
as
Mars's back.
Farah and Cadmus are going to pop up as well.
Drunk enough to be this sick.
This is weird.
Can you make me another wisdom save?
Me?
Yeah.
Let's see what moves.
Is that another one?
That's an 8.
Okay, you'll start to feel like you're starting to get a handle on it, but it's still affecting you pretty strongly. As you look around, this area is quite picturesque. All of the buildings are kind of in this very sweeping elven style, but elven style that you've seen in the past usually conforms to, say, like tree houses and giant swooping wood. Here they've shaped the cavern, they've shaped the fungal growth, they've shaped everything into the same type of elven flow architecture, but it's mixed with the same type of sensibility that dwarven architecture is, working into the stone, working with it, or bending it to your will. There's a lot to admire here compared to typical elven architecture from both of you dwarves. All around you, you see that you're basically in the center. You're in a plaza. There's a restaurant right on the corner there. There's like a small cafe with tables out. There are mushrooms growing out of the centers of the table that are shining light down on them, like see on back in Abakara. Actually, the cafes used to have umbrellas out in very much the same way. These buildings are about 4 stories tall with bright, expansive windows that look out. Small apartments that are flanking this plaza. It looks lovely, like a place that you definitely want to spend some time if you were looking for real estate. It makes it very perverse that there is not a single person here.
It's really quiet down here too.
It is deathly.
I'll talk with Bruce.
Thank you very much. This is it's just awful when it gets in there. It didn't get on the leather, did it?
Doesn't look like it, no. And it looks like it was just a little bit. Here, I'll help get the last little bits of it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry about that. And I'll ask him, like, so do you have any recommendation of an inn we should stay at, or...?
Depends how far you want to get. We're on one of the outskirts right now. This is a little area called Corindi.
Mm-hmm.
So Corindi is kind of like a suburb of the main city. But I mean, the main city is where the festival's going to be, although, of course...
Is that why it's so quiet?
He'll look around. That's kind of weird. Now that you mention, I was worried about the puke. This is... As you look around, can I get a perception roll off of anybody who's really looking?
I'm not gonna.
Well, now that he's made this obvious that this is odd, I am paying attention. That is going to be a 26.
26? 19? 12. Okay, so looking around, you're going to notice that there's not much of anyone out here. But you're also going to notice that the cafe, for example, the door's shut. And they have one of those giant sliding, almost accordioning doors that closes off the patio. And it's closed all but about the last foot. It looks like something's jammed there, kind of blocking it from actually latching home. But you can't quite see what it is from your angle. Tia, as you look around, you are going to see that the condos that ring this plaza, they do have very expansive windows. But all of the ones on the lower floors, a couple of the windows are actually broken. And the rest, the shades are drawn, the shutters are shut. Or, in the case of the ones without shutters, see that a couple of them have actually pushed tables against the windows. Alia, you will recognize this as well, and you will see that while the fountain is spewing green water, the water in the basin has a distinct purple.
I'll loosen my hammer.
That's weird. I guess maybe everybody's out there.
Bruce,
That's kind of...
those windows are broken and that fountain's full of blood.
Well, no, it's not. It's not blood. It's... Oh.
Yeah, there's something weird going on here.
Is something we should...
Why
know
have they...
about?
Windows, look at the windows. Those ones, not broken, but there's things pushed up
well,
against.
we can ask them.
Who's that?
Sir, what?
And he jerks a finger up, and you can see that there are a couple... you see a drow walk around the corner. It steps, and you can see the entire left side of her body. She walks perpendicular to you from around the building. Her long white hair almost trailing on the ground. Her clothes are slightly ripped. She will slowly turn to look at you. And as she does, you will see that there's something rotting and growing out of the other half of her flesh.
Is that normal, Bruce?
What the fuck?
What the crap?
You're gonna see this.
Oh.
Oh.
And I would like an initiative roll.
Oh, of course you would. Of course. Oh, no. 5 for me.
Right.
24.
Oh, holy crap. Both the NPCs got nat 20s.
Nice.
Nice.
Cadamus is doing something he can for a change. Alright, so, would you get Mars.
23.
Okay, so Mars.
But I'm still under the sickened thing for a few minutes.
So sickened, all that means is that you'll have disadvantage.
They still act, but
You still can act, so... Actually, you know what? I would say I'm going to change that. So, not sickened, I should have given you exhausted.
Okay.
So exhaustion just means your ability checks, not your attacks. Just you're distracted and you can't focus on doing anything, but saving your own life is not one of those things.
Okay.
Okay, so Mars is first, and then Farah. Anybody else get above 20? Okay. Farah.
I'll do my best, guys.
Above 15.
16.
19.
Okay. What'd you get, Tia?
5.
Okay. So...
Bringing in the rear.
That's what she said.
Fact.
Factoid.
Hashtag.
Okay.
Asteroid.
So, as soon as the... What the fuck? He says, and the drow woman will turn and look at you. You'll see that half of her body is overgrown with a yellow growth of furry matter that has distorted her features, bubbled out like a tumor. Her eye is swollen over with a pussy growth, and something stalk-like moves inside of the pus and focuses on you. And she opens her mouth as if to speak, but then you'll see that the entirety of the inside of her mouth is coated with the same substance.
Oh.
And she's going to let out the most horrifying screechy noise that she can. And she, and emerging from the shadows, 7 others are going to charge.
Okay.
Shit.
Mars, they rush toward you. You have initiative. What do you do?
I guess like I could try to defend myself.
Yeah, I would suggest. I would encourage it.
I would try. Okay, so yeah, rapier dagger. Oh god. You want me to roll it?
Yes, definitely.
So with the exhaustion, is it going to be a disadvantage on this,
No.
or this is
Doesn't affect your
regular?
attacks, just your ability checks. So the next time you try to like pick a lock for the next 10 minutes, but I don't think you're going to be doing that for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, and they have the front on me, so no sneak attack. So the rapier will pretty sure hits over 20.
Okay, that's definitely going to be a hit.
8 and 7 is 15.
That's a hit.
Cool. And then 2 and 7, 9.
9, and you added your dex and the +2 for the dagger. Yeah, you gotta remember your dagger
Yeah. Plus. $15.
15, that's fantastic. So, as it charges you, it reaches out at you with these long... Its right hand is distended into these long yellow talons, and it lashes out at you. You dodge underneath the arm and punch into it twice with your rapier and dagger. And your dagger is going to come away not with blood, but with an oozing slime trail.
Is there a smell to this too?
It smells very pungent, very fungal, very rotten, and there's no other way to describe this, and I'm sorry in advance. When you pull your dagger out from her frame, it is like pulling a slice of cheese pizza away. It comes away with stringy bits of matter still stuck to her body.
Yuck.
Farah is going to scream, look at that one, and hit with a magic missile.
That's good.
Actually, she's gonna split this, and she rolled 2 less than max damage. 2 bolts of energy are going to pump into this infected drow, colliding with her frame and knocking her dead to the ground. Where you will see this growth is going to continue now that the heart has stopped to keep growing slowly. The one behind it is going to take 2 blasts for 8 damage. And then it is Cadamus. Cadamus still has he has a hammer and a short sword.
Yes.
So,
Sorry.
He rushes forward to the first one and is unable to make contact, but the short sword definitely does. That is a critical hit. And the second one is going to be stabbed through the chest cavity with a critical hit from that short sword and is going to be made short work of. Zeno, what do you do? There are still 6 charging.
I'm going to shoot at 3 of them.
2 to 3 of them, dividing it up?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm not going to take the bonus damage
Okay.
on this, but I am going to use fire arrows.
Okay.
Because why not, right? And
as well.
because drinking game, Hunter's Mark is a bonus action.
That's fair.
Do it for the name.
Alrighty. So
Here we go.
my lowest one is 18.
18?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be a hit.
Okay.
So give me your damage, give me them separately.
Alrighty. Oh, okay, I will roll my bonus one for the first one. Alright, so this is gonna be... Wait, this is not correct. This is correct. Alright, so Hunter's Mark, bonus one, and thingamajig.
So Hunter's Mark on the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's gonna be 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 8, 9, 13, 13, so 19 piercing damage,
Okay.
plus 3 fire damage.
Okay, on the first one, and the second one?
The second one is going to be just a straight arrow because the first one had the Hunter's Mark, so it's going to be 4 fire damage and 12 piercing.
Okay.
And the third one is going to be... Wow, this sucks. 4 fire damage
Okay.
and 8 piercing.
Okay. 12. Alright, sounds good. So, following in your 3 allies for strike, you are going to launch a volley of arrows into these. The first one is going to catch, with your Hunter's Mark, this running drow man directly in the chest, and he is going to ignite and fall to the ground. You can actually see the bits of rotten fungi like melting away as the fire laps at it. Your next 2 arrows punch deep into their frames, but they keep moving. They don't even flinch when the arrows strike home or when the fire ignites.
Yeah.
Malia.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Spiritual Weapon and throw my both hammers.
Okay, are you attacking at the same or different targets?
I'm gonna do the same target.
Okay. What do you get?
Nat 20 and a 19.
Okay. Which one was that?
Damn.
20?
My actual hammer.
Can
Okay.
confirm.
Okay, so the Spiritual Weapon does 12 damage.
Okay. So you were aiming at different targets?
Yes.
Okay. don't waste a crit. It had 3 hit
Okay.
points left.
Okay, so I re-rolled the regular die. Oh, I'm Divine Striking on my actual weapon as well.
Okay.
It's just something I can do once a turn, and it does an extra d8. Do I roll that as well?
You can just do it. Do you have to declare it before you roll?
You have the ability to infuse your weapon strikes with divine energy.
How many
Once
times
on
a
your
day can
turn.
you- How many times a day?
Once on your turn.
Really?
Yes.
Holy crap.
That
Every
is
frickin' turn. It's just an extra d8,
yes, that does
but
fit though.
I think that basically allows for me to do a bit better without having an extra attack, like a lot of people get. A lot of fighting classes get.
Right.
The only way I get an extra one is because I have Spiritual Weapon.
So, just so you're aware,
Yeah.
so in the future, you have to say that you're doing this
Oh, okay.
because it is a cantrip.
Is it?
According to
Because it's just a cleric power. It's just one of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the list of. It's the 8th level thing that you get as a Tempest Cleric.
Okay, I'm just gonna double check this real quick.
It doesn't say anywhere in my section that it's a spell. It's just an ability.
I just want to double check it for the future, but go ahead and roll. So just say that you did it. Ability once per turn when you. Oh wow! Holy crap! Once per turn. Yeah, no, you just do it. Holy crap!
Oh, and specifically thunder damage too, right?
Yeah.
26 damage.
Yeah, and so you got 2d8 for that. Because all dice double on a crit.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
dice double on it.
So roll another d8 if you haven't already.
No, I get 3.
What do
Because
you-
the dwarven thrower gets 2 if you throw it.
So.
And I put the
Yeah.
divine strike and I rolled them all twice.
Okay,
Okay,
so you got
that's right.
that was 68.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
cool. And so what was the total damage?
26.
Cool. I don't even need to count at that point. All right. So your spiritual weapon is going to hammer one of them into the ground, finishing off the one that that Zeno pumped an arrow into. You will hear the sound of ribs and the wooden shaft of the arrow shattering as the hammer crushes him to the ground. And your next one, how does that go?
I'm going to say that the hammer just punches straight through the soft, squishy, fungal stuff.
Yeah, just like the torso.
Yeah, it just punches a hole straight through it.
Leaves a giant hole in the center.
Shotgun
Fantastic.
style.
That's maybe crackling with a bit of lightning energy.
Oh,
Because of the
absolutely.
divine energy.
There is
Oh.
a boom and a little shockwave that goes across the plaza square. And
Oh yeah, because it's 1d8 thunder damage.
Yeah.
So a little sonic boom.
with that, hold on. Let me,
Oh, could it? It does the thunder damage as it impacts and goes through. Does the whole thing just blow up from the inside?
yes, I'm going to say that it explodes.
Yikes.
Yes, and I'm not going to penalize you for that because I'm going to say that it actually explodes in a way that doesn't cause any
Cavern issues.
or sporing.
Ooh, yeah.
However, there is one disadvantage of using thunder damage in this type of situation, and that is there is a lot of echo.
My
Oh.
tinnitus?
Yes. Also, have you ever played a video game with running infected type people and set up a car alarm?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
But that extra damage was pretty sweet.
How high was the ceiling again?
Here, about 200 to 300 feet.
The call lightning would work.
Oh
I don't have
god.
it right
On
now.
the spell
All
card,
right,
it doesn't
so
actually
with that-
say open sky.
So it
Just
is
in the
you
air.
and you in the front. I need to know, Mars, what is your armor class?
15.
Wow. 3 of them charge forward, Mars. 2 of them launch themselves at you, trying to claw with their elongated nails. One of them swipes in front of your face, but you're going to deftly dodge, unfortunately, right into the way of the next one. But more unfortunately for that one, it trips, and you are going to do a roll and come up on the other side of it. One of them is going to lunge at you, Malia, but is not going to quite be able to make the reach, and is going to fall short just in front of your face. And then the last 2 are going to rush forward, and these 2 at the back are much more coated in this substance. You can actually see that it's not yellow so much as a greenish, glowing purple. And as it rushes forward, it is going to begin to shake and is going to explode, much like its kin did.
Shield!
I would like everyone to make a charisma save.
Charisma.
Oh,
Oh.
crap.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
That sounds like a no from you. but okay.
22.
22, that's great.
19!
Are you really?
I rolled an 18 and I get a 1.
15 a pass?
15 is a thing.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Because luckily, I am proficient in
Would you like to
charisma
use your
saving
inspiration?
throws.
I think there's something else, but maybe yes.
And that
Otherwise it
negates
would be
my
a 7.
minus.
Would you like to use your inspiration? Okay.
I'm gonna go grab the monster manual.
11.
You can use the same dice.
20.
There you go.
There you go.
Stop closing book.
The book says no.
All right. So
No, computer
those 2
says
are
no.
off the board. And so with that... Oh, chat is super quiet tonight. Alright, Tia, it's your turn. There are still 2 up. Actually, there are 3 up all around Mars.
Can I do a nature to know what the hell this fungus stuff is? And how to deal with it?
You may, but you will have disadvantage because you're not used to the Underdark.
It's true.
You're rolling that one.
No, I rolled a 4 and a 5.
Oh, okay.
So with nature, that's a 8.
You've never seen this before.
Okay, so but let's restrain them. Well, I'm gonna. Whoa, Jesus. Cast entangle.
Okay.
Grasping. It's range is 90 feet.
What's my saving throw?
It is a where is it? Strength saving throw.
Okay, so that is a 20 and an 18. I will say, make me a perception roll. I think that's good enough.
20.
All right, so your vines are going to stretch out at them, and on a fail, or pardon me, if they succeed, does anything happen?
So it's running from a point on the ground in a 20-foot square.
Okay.
Sorry, from point within range.
So you will have to pick the ones that are not right in front of Malia, the ones who are by Mars.
Or at least put the point so that it's
You can get.
however many I can grab.
Oh, actually, you can try for all 3 of them. Actually.
Yeah.
Okay, you will get one of them that has a 14.
Okay, so they'll save. I think that's still
I think isn't it 11 plus your wisdom?
modifier. Yeah. No, it's 8 plus proficiency bonus plus wisdom modifier.
Which
Wisdom
is
mod is 3. 6 plus 8 is 14.
okay, so that's 3 successes.
Yeah, so they all break free. However, the terrain around them is considered difficult terrain.
Okay,
And for up to a minute or until concentration.
sounds good. One thing that you will notice is as the vines reach out to grasp them, one of them will step out of the way, but the other 2, it's almost preternatural the way that they move around it, and you actually see that your vines try to reach out, but the fungus glows slightly. And it's almost as if an invisible force is sloughing off. You get the sense that these might be magic resistant.
Ooh, hate it.
Yep, but you can plan around it now.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Do I have enough time to say magic resistance?
Yes, you do.
Okay. I'll check
After
that
you.
out.
Is that different than when I'm using my dagger? Would that be doing the extra damage or
It,
no?
damage dealing, things like a knife still will. This just means that like casting spells on them is more difficult. Unless they're things like a hammer. like a magic
cast
spiritual
hammer.
hammer is different. Anything they get a
Dex saving throw sort of thing again.
anything they get a saving throw against, they have advantage on.
Oh, okay. Damn it.
And that includes like jumping out of the way of a fireball type of thing. It just doesn't hit them. And that's
call lightning work. Yeah.
yes, and that's something you would know as a caster. Mars, you are up. You are flanked by 2 of them, and there is one by Malia still. The ground next to you is rough terrain for them,
Okay.
but
So
not
is
for
there
you.
anyone between me and one of my party members or no?
No.
But they're flanking me.
Yeah.
Yike.
You don't get
You don't know.
You don't know. I don't think they do though. I don't think they're that smart.
Well, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did last time again. And then as my bonus action, extra action, I'm gonna disengage and get out of the way.
Okay. So remember, you get a free disengage for being a thief.
That's
so,
what I mean. So I'm gonna do my
Are your
attack.
2 attacks? Okay.
And then
It's like uncanny dodge or something like that.
uncanny dodge. I can hide, I can disengage, or I can dash. What does it mean to dash, by the way? What would I be doing?
Double move.
Double movement. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
okay.
60 feet, I think, for you, maybe more.
Yeah, so for this one, I just want to get out of their
Maybe 80.
range.
Yeah, I would be 60. Got something to enhance your speed. Oh, hey!
What'd you get?
Nice.
I got a nat 20 on my rapier.
I mean, that's
Nice.
pretty good. I think
That's pretty good. Alright, so that's double damage on that one.
And then +2 on my dagger is an 18.
Alright, so that's going to be 2 hits.
Yeah.
Same guys or different guys? Are you going meow meow or meow? Without sneak attack, maybe you should focus.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means you're going to be rolling 2d8 for your rapier.
2d8?
Yeah, because you critted.
Oh, okay.
They're rolling the d8, basically.
So you roll your rapier damage twice, basically. All of your static numbers only once, but your dice twice.
That's 5 with the rapier.
For the roll, or for your roll. So what do you add for damage?
And your dex mod is 4.
4.
Okay, so that's 9 for that one. And then roll me your dagger.
Dagger is 4 +2.
So 6, so we're at 15.
Yeah.
All
Again,
right,
not
so
bad
you
for a
are
nice
going
attack.
to embed your... Well, actually, how does it go? It looms over you, looking to take a swipe at you with its long, tendrilless claws.
I direct its intent with the dagger, but then 20 it with my rapier.
All right,
Through the brain.
right through the brain, headshot. Your rapier is going to go in through the pussy eye or the normal eye,
Pussy eye.
which is going to splatter all around you, just being deflected by your rapier's guard, and is going to punch out the back of its head, and it is going to fall limp to the ground.
And then I take the movement.
And then just get the hell out of there, which is going to give enough room.
Is there a spot that I could see that will place me between someone else and one of these guys? Or...
You'd have to move through the rough terrain, but you totally could. It's just briary.
Yeah, I'll be trying to put myself in a better position.
Cool, so you can totally flank the one that Mallory's fighting.
Cool.
These d4s won't stay on my table. Alright, so the other one, Farah is going to hit it for 3, 6, 10, for 14 points of damage with Magic Missile as she steps behind Malia and unleashes a torrent of magic missiles. Padamus is going to try to finish that guy off and is going to get 1 hit. Alright, which is enough to crush its head in. And Zeno, last one in front of Malia.
So there's one more?
There's one more directly in front of Malia.
I guess it's in like a triangle of us now.
Yeah.
What you gonna do?
Alright, so I'm just gonna shoot it.
Alright, go ahead. 2 shots.
2 shots, no bonus damage.
No waiting.
Normal arrows.
Normal arrows.
Hunter's mark on him. So, I think that's gonna be 2 hits. So that's gonna be... Where's my cheat sheet? That's gonna be 18 is my lowest out of those
Alright, got 2 hits.
two. Alright. There's 1d8, there's 2d8, there's 1d6, there's 2d6. 9, 10, 14. 14, 6 to 26.
Alright.
38.
So 2 arrows are going to collide into the head of the one that Malia is being confronted by, and it is going to collapse to the ground. Calm passes over the square for a moment, and
Gonna look at. Is his face still here? Brian?
Bruce.
He
He is as backed up and is looking around, frightened.
You know what the heck those are?
And bloody clue.
What is that fungus?
Nature roll?
You may do a nature roll disadvantage.
Nature roll straight because I'm Gloomstalker?
No.
Oh, okay. Let's do
You
this.
still haven't described to me how you got your Gloomstalker gloominess.
That's true, but that's not going to be a pass anyways.
Okay.
Gloom Lord.
Yeah, like where did you get your
Lord.
gloominess from? Is it just you're like listening to too much of The Cure in high school?
It's not a phase.
Yeah, it's not a fake, Mom. I'm
It's
gonna
not a phase.
gloomstalker for
It's a
life.
pause.
It's the way it's who I am.
And then it
It's a
became your
pause.
career.
It's not a phase.
Somehow.
All right. So with that, you are. I have no idea what this is. Never seen it before, and it's freaking you out. Bruce is very wide-eyed, and as he looks around, look at that. Sure enough, 3 of you do right off the bat without even trying to listen in. Mars, if you'd like to try to hear, go ahead and make me a perception roll.
Perceive, Marius.
13.
13 is enough.
One more than my passive.
Nice. That's literally it. It was just 13. In the distance, you can hear the sound of people running this way. And you'll hear also a door open. One of the nearby car vents, the door opens. See a figure looking out. Come on, get in! Okay. Well, that doesn't really help me now, does it? Ah, bloody...
Go up.
Can you go up?
Yeah, going up. He's gonna climb his web.
Yeah. I was just hoping there aren't any Drider that are...
Try and find you later if we want to ride.
Really good. Sounds good. Thank you.
Stay
Good eye.
Which, I never got to say it because we kind of went, but right after we landed, I helped him, like, clean up. I was going to give him a little extra.
Give him a tip.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, as you go into the room, and the person bolts the door, puts a chair up against it, takes a deep breath. Yes.
Yeah, just in character, and like she's gonna be like, just be real quiet, and she's gonna cast Pass Without a Trace
Okay, that sounds
on all
good.
of us, including the person who just opened the door for us.
Mm-hmm.
So for up to an hour or until concentration breaks, we have a +10 bonus to Dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked except by magical means. So if they're tracking us magically, well, it might be a little more easy for them, but
Hour, you say?
or until concentration breaks. We leave no traces behind of our passage. So it's easier to be sneak.
I do that now.
All right. And see, I'm so torn at this moment what to do with you guys.
I'm going to turn around and take a look at the person who just...
This is
help
what I'm
us
so
do it.
torn about. I
Ooh.
have 4 options right now.
We could also do an intermission and be surprised when we get back.
Could we roll a d4?
It's true, we could. In fact, you turn to look at this individual who steps out of the shadows, revealing themselves to be... Good. We'll be right back after these words from our restroom break. Flush. Thanks for that. Hi. Welcome back to Dork Tales. Underdark. Alright, thank you for indulging. Oh, we didn't actually figure out who it should be. It should be the...
You were figuring it out.
Yeah, no word from our sponsors.
After a word from our sponsors. Alright. I think we can bend time and space for this to be a thing. The door is going... Oh, actually, you guys dicked around for quite a while in other places and didn't take direct routes, so this is great. The door is going to slam shut and bolt, and as the shadowed figure turns, the figure is tall and lithe and wearing a hood, and you can see dark skin jutting out. The outfit that the person is wearing is a hood with a long draped cloak that cuts in, and her arms jut through it, wrapped in leather that end in a pair of dark leather gauntlets. She'll turn, sweep the cloak hood back, and you will be staring at Falmeral Moonblight.
Girl!
You idiots end up in the worst places.
Says the girl who's already here.
I came here for an orgy. Why did you come here?
For an orgy.
He did.
Passing through.
We want to get to Skillytown.
Sightseeing.
And this looked better than that plane of lightning up above.
So I might be reconsidering the lightning at this point.
The lighting is probably a better option, to be 100% honest.
So what's going on?
I don't know.
What is that fungus? There's something wrong with it. Besides the obvious.
I've never heard of it before. It's something weird is going on in the city square. Basically, always use protection. Somebody brought something back from one of the under tunnels.
Ooh. How long ago was that?
In less than a day. I'm renting this apartment right now.
Alright, so it spreads that fast, huh?
Could have been started in other areas of the city. This festival is quite large. Most of it is in the main temple of Basir in the city square, though.
Do you know what the situation is over there? Or have you just been here?
I've just been holed up here. I'm meeting a contact later, though. You're welcome to come. He should know a little more.
Alright. Sure.
Sounds good.
What time is it?
I don't know, probably like 7?
The Underdark have no frickin' clue.
Then catch your breath and we should head out in a few minutes.
I will sit and eat something then.
What's that?
Farrah sneezes.
Okay.
I know she's caught it.
I didn't catch anything, I'm fine.
Medicine check? Paranoid, basically doing like the forehead, hand to forehead type.
She does feel very warm, but she also breathes fire, so...
Oh, look at her tongue. Is it a different color?
Probably gold.
Yeah, so is it a different color?
Oh, that's fine.
It's pink. But
Okay.
what'd you get? What a
23.
23.
Medicine check.
As you look at her, you are going to see that her pupils are completely dilated. Like, almost, like, to an inhuman, or an inhumanoid level.
That's not normal.
Wait, dilated so means like they're bigger?
Big.
Oh, it's because she can't see, so it's because it's really dark down here.
It is quite dark down here, I will say.
There's no
Actually, that's a good point. If you have dark vision, are your eyes always dilated? Hmm.
I don't know, because I feel like it's a different thing. It's not like...
Yeah. That's
Hmm.
weird.
the
All right,
trees
so
dim
with
light,
that,
like bright light,
you know
so...
what? This room is lit by... No, it's not lit by bomb. She would have put it out. In that case, do you check her over real quick, and you see that she does appear to be... There's something a little off about her. She's probably fine. Leave her alone.
Oh, no, he's coughing too. Check him too.
Okay, check him too.
Maybe I'll check you.
Yeah, you will.
Nat 20. Medicine. 26.
He scratches at himself a bit. And
Stick out your tongue.
Yeah. Do the tongue thing.
how are you going to make me?
Do it.
You're not usually my type, but I'll...
Detect poison and disease.
Okay. You're not usually my type, but I'll make an exception if you...
Anything within
Shut
30
up.
feet of me.
So turning that on, yes, you will detect both of them are infected.
Shut up, tongue out.
They're both infected.
Told ya.
Yep. Okay.
I'm smart.
Now stick your tongue out.
Oh, I'm not diseased.
Not yet. It sounded better in my head. Let's try that again. Ugh, this armor's starting
No.
to chafe.
Stop now. Thea just walks away. We'll turn away. And then we'll go check Mars, because you were puking earlier, and you were collapsing on... You still okay?
You know what? I feel fine. And where is Malia right now?
Only the door.
So the door leads directly into a hallway, and after about 5 feet, there's a step up where you see that normally is the entranceway where people take their shoes off. Mm-hmm. Beyond that, it's a beautifully carved hardwood floor that opens into an expansive living room on the right, which has had most of the furniture pushed up against the windows, with a soft, delicately woven halfling rug throughout the center of it, tapestries on the walls. This is a pretty standard issue condo. Mm-hmm. Definitely on Underdark B&B.
Has T ever been to a condo?
Apartments in cities, maybe. It's
I've never been to that many big like cities, so.
So the living room to the
is very
right
cramped.
opens into a kitchen with an island in the center, as well as some vents that look like it leads up to out of a private chimney to vent any of the cooking vapors up.
Huh.
And
For fire pit.
yeah, it looks quite comfortable, but also slightly cookie cutter. Like, yeah. And as you are looking around, so you're by the front door.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll remind everyone that we have that bonus to stealth.
you do. Cadamus is going to take a step forward. What are you talking about?
Poke.
Where are you poking him?
Like in the forehead.
Okay.
Lesser restoration.
Okay, hold on. it gets a save against this.
Can I, it does?
Yep.
Shit.
Definitely an STI kind of situation.
What? Actually, let me just double check lesser restoration really
You
quick.
touch a creature and you end either one disease or one condition afflicting it that can be poisoned.
Love is in
Okay.
It just happens.
So as you
Yeah.
poke him, he reaches over, puts a hand on the wall next to you. So,
Oh.
I told him.
hey, and then you're going to
Smack him in the face.
and use lesser restoration
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, just smush it right against his
It's
nose
kinda
and
like,
face.
yeah.
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 I'm fine.
What?
I'm always this way.
What am I doing? Are you hitting on me? He's gonna pull his hand back really quickly.
You were the one leaning on me.
You were trying to start an orgy.
There was, wasn't he?
Yeah, you breathed in those spores. Out of the way. Farah, come here.
I feel fine.
Do you have?
I will walk towards her and get right up in her face and smush her face as well.
Wait.
You are
Lesser restoration.
okay. You're gonna try. All right.
God damn it, that's all my second level spells. You guys better not get infected with this shit.
Gonna try not to.
Ah. My face.
Yeah. Did you want to look like those guys? Gooey and gross?
What just happened? Balmoral says, looking over.
They were infected with whatever was on those things.
And it was making you horny?
Guess that's probably why I got brought back for this orgy place. And then it just...
Weirdly fitting considering the.
Yeah, I was gonna
It
say.
either spiraled out of control, and they didn't know what it would do, or it was done
Or
deliberately.
They knew this was gonna happen. It's part of the festival.
Or it was deliberate and it was one of those
Sabotage.
chaotic.
Yeah.
Alright.
No, there's no way.
As far as I can tell, it's
Why not?
it's breathed in, but I don't know. So try to
Yellow
avoid those
fungus
guys. Is
with little blue specks on the side.
that what it looks like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
It's normally turned into wine.
What can? What happens if it's not properly distilled? Like.
It's pretty harmless. I mean, it can make you throw up. It's called.
And
It's-
it was resistant to magic.
Cold.
So is it?
Okay. So. There's some weird mutant lust cap infection going around.
Apparently.
Lust cap.
Lust cap.
That's what it's called?
I mean, that's one of its names. It's got a lot of names. It's also called Bellin's Delight. Let's see. Mucus Moist.
Oh.
Porn Cap.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that this is called.
Oh,
Lust Cap is the easiest common translation. You can make me another nature roll.
I'm assuming
Is
it was
this also-
sabotage.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. Yeah, you've heard of this actually. In elven communities, it's like you can dry it, you can smoke it, basically it's Viagra.
And is there like one singular of it, or is it like?
Yes,
there's
viewer,
different-
you came in at exactly the right time.
Oh
So there's kind of like
Basically, they attended a drow festival that now has spore zombies because the erectile dysfunction medicine that grows in the shrooms has gone
Rogue.
Has either mutated or been sabotaged.
Basically, Orgy turned into The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Kelly, so is there only like one type of this thing, or are there like
Yeah, usually.
varieties?
And now that you think about it, that does look like a gigantically mutated, perverted version of that. Mars, can you make me an insight roll?
So I was checking out Mars earlier to be like
12.
making sure that she was okay because she was all sick and stuff.
She appears to be fine, actually. And as you're checking her over, you are going to get a very strange chill up your back, Mars. And then you're going to realize what that sensation was before. Somewhere down here, you can feel the presence of one of the shards.
Shard.
What?
One of the shards. It's down.
Oh, so we have shard-powered horny shrooms?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Can we go back to the lightning instead?
No.
No, we're already down here. Now we have a town to save.
Falmarel looks over at you. You're still talking in code. How about a little help?
What?
There's
You're using euphemisms that I don't understand, and either you should be polite.
No, I mean it's
we have an
That's
idea of what's
mystical.
setting it off down here.
weird magic gem of chaos.
That
Corrupts
splintered
things.
and went all over the place, and we keep running into bits of it that have corrupted shit, and then we always have to end up fighting.
So, ergo, shard-powered horny shrooms.
Yeah.
I don't know if someone put it in your supply on purpose
Or
or
one
if
fell
it just
into a patch and got caught up, or who knows what.
Fountain.
Yay,
Should I check the
chaos!
fountain?
Maybe the fountain.
Should I check the fountain?
Water supply.
I would avoid going back out for now.
Yeah.
We're
No,
sure
we
it's
need to
clear.
go out
But let-
sometime soon.
Is there any?
Can I do stealth check?
You get
If
plus
you
10.
are- Yeah, and I already get a plus 10.
All right. You're going to sneak out there?
Oh yeah, baby.
First, before before I let her out,
37.
because I'm out back by the door, I just want to quickly see, can I do a medicine or nature check to kind of go,
Heck yeah.
do I think this is entirely airborne, like through breathing, or that is touch enough?
You can go ahead and do a medicine or nature check. What'd you get on stealth?
37.
Jesus Christ!
Before you know what's happening, Mars has managed to open the door and sneak out.
Mars went invisible.
Outside, you can see that there are still a number of these drow wandering around, about 10 of them inside of sight. Timing your steps, you're able to stealthily move among abandoned chairs and bodies that are laying in the center of the square, and move over to the fountain in the center of the plaza.
Yeah.
Looking in, you can see that there is a severed arm laying in there. It looks like it's been gnawed off.
Attractive.
What else do you do now that you're out there? One of them walks by, and for a moment you think that with its mucousy, viscera-filled eye looks directly at you, and then ambles past.
I don't find anything else in the fountain or something else that might show like.
You find a number of coins.
Of course you do.
19 copper pieces, 4 silver pieces,
Yeah.
and 2 electrum that nobody wants to steal.
To Electrum.
No one likes Electrum.
Electrum's that stupid thing between silver and gold they invented for
Oh.
5th ed.
So how
Or
much do I have
4th
here,
ed
then?
or something.
How many copper? 19.
19.
What else? Anything else?
Like 4 silver or something, I think.
But can I figure out if the fountain might be a source of spreading this at all?
You can make me an investigation check or a medicine check. Your call. Your output or an insight roll.
I'm gonna go with investigation because that's my highest. Net 20.
As you're looking at this, it doesn't seem like You're thinking no.
No.
Not this quickly. If it was coming through the water supply, then people would have had been drinking it for quite some time, and that doesn't seem quite...
But it's definitely gotten into the water too.
Yeah.
Ugh.
But as you are hiding there next to the fountain listening, you will hear a deep rumble. It reverberates all across the cavern and through your feet. And then you'll hear the sound of horrible grinding in the distance. Back inside of the condo, Malia, what'd you get? 26. You think that whenever those things erupt into those puffy spores, that is probably a very dangerous time. Beyond that, you think that inhaling the spores is probably a direct way to catch this, but so is probably any type of blood contact. Direct physical contact, maybe, but you'd have to be immune compromised for that to happen. But blood and inhaling are definitely going to be big ones, which means that you're going to have to be very careful as you're out in the...
I'll make my way back then, still being covered by the stealth, and let them know that like there's lots more coming around. Like there's several, like 10, and then I'll ask if you heard that loud grumble.
We
from
did,
inside.
right?
Can't go.
Make me an insight roll as you're coming in.
Another net 20.
As you look around, you hear that rumble.
It's right there. I'm gonna take a picture of this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's a 20 next to a 20. Wow.
Oh, and by the way, that detect poison and disease is a duration of 10 minutes.
Oh, nice. So you are going to, like, as you look outside from Mars,
It's just like...
they are all humming with this. And you are all going to hear this.
Louder.
The distance of all of the infected drow in the square suddenly stop. In unison, they'll turn and look backward toward the noise. And you'll hear a deep roar. And in unison, the drow head further in the city.
Towards the noise?
Away from the noise.
Away from the noise.
Away? Oh.
Not like they're panicked, though.
It's just like, it's a command.
Yeah. Whatever you think that there might be a central hive mind. That nat 20 insight, go after that thing is what your gut is saying.
Yeah! Go!
Something is communicating through the spores.
Go where?
As Mars comes back in, I'm gonna grab her and don't go out without protection!
Fine!
Don't breathe the fucking stuff in!
Alright, guess we'll just not breathe then.
Don't get it on your arm, on like blood contact. Probably just don't get it on you.
Sounds good.
Yeah, and I'll tell you guys everything that I saw while I was out there.
So,
I'll just pull a length of cloth out of my bag and wrap it around my face. Tie.
There's some cloth upstairs. We can also use the drapes for that.
sure.
I'm not getting my deposit back anyway.
Yeah.
Not you too.
No, I'm fine. I'm good. Good.
She's fine. You can see that with your detect poison and
It's just
and
dusty.
disease.
It's dusty.
Sure.
See, this place is clean as a...
Yeah, it's pretty clean.
No, it's dusty.
Sure.
You're dusty.
Chat has blessed you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, thank you.
Gain advantage on your next roll.
Well, if we get another 20, I have to roll Amy's and see what happens.
Don't roll Amy's. Never works out for anybody.
Amy's dice are cursed.
All right. With that, what do you all do?
Who said bless
So,
you?
does Mara share what she thought with her insight roll?
Yep, I share it with everyone.
So just to be clear,
Mhm.
so Morse in town was where they were coming from, like towards where the orgy was from, like the
That's
center
not where
of
they
it?
were coming from. They were coming from
More on the
actually
peripheral?
all everywhere, but the noise was coming from over in toward the cavern walls more.
And they were
Okay.
heading towards like.
They
the
were
center
headed
of
toward
town.
where more people would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
To infect
To
more.
the more, like, where the festival would
Mm.
be. Okay. So it's gonna spread fast that way.
Yes, especially who knows what the barely infected. Also, with
Yeah,
your
with
26
acting.
Malia, you will be able to determine that if there's also probably a chance that it's intimate contact transmittable. If you're not overtaken by it and ugly enough that no one would want to touch you, this is probably also a
Jinkies.
jinkies.
Oh, jinkies.
So basically, any form of bodily fluid contact or breathing it in.
Yes.
Any way to get it in you.
Yeah. Basically, any way to get it in you and on you if you are immunocompromised.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm really trying to do two things with this session, and that's number one is to not get us blocked on mature, and
Yep.
number two is to not make this a Wuhan allegory.
Jinkies.
I know it's hard. You're underground, so I can't call it the coronavirus. So that's for sure.
oh my god.
I can call it the Cathanovirus.
It's
Okay.
It's not a virus, it's a fungus.
What's the chat
Okay.
saying? I can't read. It's too blurry.
Shard powered horny shrooms.
Yeah, I've written that down as a quote for the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just so you know. But Tia will turn to Felmeril and say, is there a back way out of here that will get us towards whatever that close to that source of that noise?
Back we went out of the condo.
Yeah.
And there's a back door.
Yeah, I want to try and avoid any of those guys. Possible.
Come on. As you're walking back, can I just get a passive perception roll out of everyone? I know
Sure.
that's not the way passive perception works, but I prefer the just not just giving it.
And I would like to make a stealth roll for us to be the stealth.
Okay.
Because that lasts for an hour, but...
All right, so all of you can make a stealth roll with the plus 10.
Yep,
You want me to re-roll again?
So is
Back
this
out?
a
You are
normal
fine.
Okay.
perception roll?
Yeah,
you
you
can
want-
if you'd like to. What'd you get?
Okay, I wanted to know what to add because you said passive perception roll and I don't
Just
understand.
just passively make a perception roll. How's that? What's your
Okay.
regular perception?
So, 25 for perception roll,
Okay.
34 for stealth.
14 for.
Nice.
Not bad.
As you're walking out with bits of drapery tied around your faces, you're going to hear in the kitchen, coming from the pantry.
Entry.
She didn't book this place, did she?
Come on, we should probably go, she says.
I'll make sure the door's locked behind me. He's probably safer in there than out here.
Yeah, probably. We're just gonna...
I'll make note to come back.
She looks at you as you walk the pantry door, puts a hand on your hand as you jiggle the handle. This was a great deal. Might even call it a steal. Now let's go.
Get it. We get it.
They're probably safer in here anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did a service.
Silver linings.
Yes.
Just making
so,
sure that they
let's
can't get in.
rock and roll.
I remember my thing lasts for an hour.
Sneaking out the back door, you make your way into a back patio that is linked with another. Basically, it's a garden courtyard out here of fungi that have been shaped into a similar pattern to various animals, almost like hedge sculpture.
Spooky.
It glows out here gently, and there's a central path between basically all of these linked garden backyards. What is your first time in a city?
Just a normal condo.
What'd you expect it to be down here? Just all...
Well, I figured there'd be more you...
We're in a suburban area. This is where all of the middle class live.
Oh.
Alright.
This is where the merchants and the artisans and people like that come home at night. Because
Sure, I guess.
rent's too expensive in the city.
Okay, sure. Okay.
It's a normal thing. Okay.
Sure. Okay.
We all lived in tents.
I figured. Keep.
I lived in
You
a
know.
keep.
Yeah.
Great. But we had suburbs. Around.
Fucking rich elf.
Yeah.
At least you're only half.
True.
At least.
But he's only half rich.
No, I'm half elf, all rich.
Only half rich.
Not with the way you're spending.
Good point.
Yeah, with the way your life, you're barely half elf. She'll wander off into the dark.
Less elf or more elf? Which way does the
Doesn't
half go?
matter.
So where are you all headed? You headed towards that rumble?
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotta get me a shirt.
All right, and that, let's see whether or not you... So, as you round the back of the condos, you can see that there is a large opening into a cave tunnel ahead. It looks like it's wide enough for about 4 wagon carts to make it through at a time. And you can see that there are tracks in the ground that indicate that's probably down into some type of farming or harvesting center, an underlayer of this massive cavern. The fact that there's a sign over it here that says this way to the harvest area probably doesn't hurt, but most of you can't read Elvish. There you go. You'll see that it's obviously looks like tunnels, mines, and
Funky farms.
yeah, basically fungi farms. They said funky farms for a minute.
I
I was
know, me
really excited.
That's what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
with this kind of, fungus, it is kind of funky farms.
And with that, as you are approaching, you will see something zip in front of your face. And you will suddenly see a very naked pixie fly in front of your face, Tia. Hi there. Pardon me.
Hi there.
He brushes his raven black hair across his forehead, over his sharp ears, and adorable little Matt Damon face.
Ryan. Do you still sense the thing?
He puts his hands on his hips and swaggers nakedly about 3 inches from your nose.
Yeah.
So what are you doing there? Ooh, hey,
No.
getting a little handy with me already, are you?
Back up. I need some space. It's...
Oh, you know what? You're not my type anyway,
Not
bitch.
my type either.
He'll flitter over toward Mars.
Hi.
The-
Once you go pixie, you'll learn some trixies.
I think he's a little small for you.
Catch him.
Look, it's not the size that counts.
Can you tell?
How about you, big boy?
Waggles a surprisingly sharp and well-groomed eyebrow at you.
Disinfected.
Is he still in front of Mars?
Yes. This pixie is about 6.5 inches tall. It's basically like watching a Barbie doll fly in front of you. I guess that's 8.5 inches.
I mean,
Fine if I just touched him, right?
you're wearing gloves.
I know, but everyone does.
Hi. Back for more?
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Can I squish him?
Cadmus is just gonna punch him.
I was ready to do this.
And the pixie's gonna go "Ah!" and fly off into a brick wall and like go thump. He'll be fine. Or sorry, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine, let's go.
Are there gonna be a bunch more horny pixies?
Probably.
There's gonna be a bunch more
Not-
horny people.
Hey, can we try to avoid them somehow?
I mean, you're the one who found that one.
I didn't find it, it found me!
We'll get better at sneaking then.
Yeah, it
I was
likes you.
perfectly fine
Yeah.
at sneaking!
Get on my level.
He probably just smelled your pheromones or something.
We have pheromones?
Yes.
What? What about Farrah?
What?
Farah.
What about
Just-
me?
Why are we talking about Farah?
Let's pay attention.
You'll
Get
see another-
going.
There's another swarm of small flying creatures that arcs overhead, completely bypassing you.
I did.
Don't
Did he
worry.
look like he had anything on him? Like growing like the others?
Nothing growing at the
No,
moment.
it's the.
No, he had the same
Early
level you
stages.
had.
Huh?
Or not, you had, Farah had.
Yeah.
And
Alright, let's
More Cadmus level.
get moving.
Continue into the mouth of the tunnel. And as you do, you'll see that there is a mark on the side of the wall. Very quickly burned into it. Cavern wall charred, the soot in the shape of a wolf's head. The symbol of a wolf's head been burned into the wall there.
You know this?
That's my contact, Balmoral says, running a finger over it. He's been here.
Alright. Cool, let's keep going.
Has he been here longer than you have? Or just by like hours?
Travels around.
Does it look fresh?
It looks very fresh, actually. And if you touch it, you can smear the soot.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's keep going then.
oh my.
Who's speaking in the
I don't know who is in the chat right now, but they're being funny.
They're great.
Yes.
They're great.
What's
And you know what? I'm
happening?
going to give them a couple of these. Giving them some Dork Tales logos.
Critical dork.
Critical Dork.
critical door?
Good job, whoever's in the chat. You're great.
And I love you too, random citizen.
I love you too, random citizen. Welcome to Metrocity. You guys are in Metrocity right
This
now.
is an atrocity.
It's true.
Atrocity. Alright,
Drop
let's...
those beats.
Continuing up
yeah.
ahead, you can see that the tunnel branches off into 4 separate directions. Some that go up, some that go down, some that go left, and some that go right. In fact, one of each. Following the signs, you can see that it looks like the mines are to the left, that the fungi harvesting is to the lower and right, and to another sector of the city, it looks like the lower class slums is to the north, but to the up, because we're in 3-dimensional space here.
Which,
Alright. Which way does it seem like we have to go for this? Do we still hear anything?
Would
Like
anybody
a
like
roll?
Yeah, like a tracking roll.
yeah. I'm gonna do that same thing.
Okay.
What would that be?
That would be survival.
Survive.
24.
24.
22.
And don't forget you have advantage in the Underdark, don't you?
Yes, I do.
On tracking.
Yes,
That's
I
a
do actually.
Not that you need more than a
23.
24, but like,
Yeah, so...
so-
23 for me.
I got like a 15, so meh. I'll just
28.
Okay, 28. Anybody be 28?
No.
Just a
No.
paltry 28. Let's see what Farrah
A
got.
paltry 28.
Farrah
yeah.
got a 9,
That's nice.
and
Nice.
Cadamus got a 10.
Oh,
I
there you
got
go.
22.
22.
23. 23.
Looking around, you can see that. Oh, and Falmerel got a 7. Looking around, you can see that there is a sizable amount of foot traffic that appears that it came from the lower areas,
So,
but the vibrations as you feel another rumble through the tunnel. There are older tracks leading from the harvesting center. You get the feeling that the people who work the harvesting center probably live in some of the cheaper areas of town, probably brought whatever it was back with them.
okay.
Down looks like the way to go. Always down. You proceed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Time to get down.
Alright, so with a 32, 36? 26? What'd you get? 28?
28.
Okay, so with a 28, always, yes. The chat is wondering right now if the rumbles in the tunnel are a metaphor Always in the
Rumbly in my tummy.
always. They're thinking that it's a dirty thing. So as you proceed forward, you will a pen and have a spare. Yeah.
Watch out for the binder.
The binder will fall over too.
Oh no.
You'll see that up ahead there are a number of racks against the wall that have like harvesting bags as well as hard hats. And there's a sign in sprawling Elvish that you will see low stalagmite area ahead. Proper headgear should be worn at all times.
Don't hit your head.
Okay. Don't lose your head.
You'll also see that there's a notice board that says looking for people to help pick up shifts. Not feeling so well. Looking for anyone looking for overtime? Come see the foreman. As well as a notice that says recently there has been a stalagmite sighting.
What's a leg bite?
For the time being, keep clear of all stalag growths. Our insurance won't cover it.
Nature stalagmite?
Yes.
If you're telling us this, can I also do that?
Yes.
Oh.
13.
12.
So a stalagmite is literally a large monstrosity. Basically it's a stalagmite, but it's also has a mouth.
So it's a rock mimic, basically.
Basically it's a big pointy rocky eating thing.
Okay.
I'm so good at describing things tonight.
A rocky eating thing.
Bite-sized.
It's a rocky
Thing.
eating thing.
You also mentioned that like the way they were growing, it was like a mouth
Yeah.
with teeth.
Yeah, you didn't touch any of those, so it's probably good.
Yeah, it's probably fine.
I'm just glad it didn't
We're all
jump down
okay.
on us.
Mm.
Paranoia.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's 28 survival said go down, follow this. And
We're looking for
continue on.
a rock monster. Okay.
Malia will grab a helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm gonna do that because I don't want to get a wound.
As you push on ahead, you will see that there are cracks around. Fresh ones. With your survival rolls, you'll easily see that someone's been by here in the last half hour.
Following those tracks.
This area starts to wind around and see that these passageways are almost like a honeycomb. A pathway leads out there and opens. A pathway leads out there and opens to a broad space. These tracks go around. It's almost like the way that you enter an auditorium or a playhouse. There are many doors leading to a central opening. Footsteps follow to the left. Then see that there is a figure, shadows, by one of the doors. There's a bit of luminescent blood splattered on the floor. And see that there almost looking like, for a moment you thought it was a pointed helmet, but it's not. There's a creature with large stocky legs folded underneath him, sitting in an almost lotus position with dark leather armor and a head that rises out of its chest into its cap-shaped head, like a mushroom.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. There you are. Its eyes open, it looks at you with bright green orbs. Makes a low noise where you would assume that its mouth would be. Sorry, I went looking for you and you weren't around anywhere. It will stand up.
Is that your contact?
Yeah, he's a myconid.
Okay.
And as you are... he's going to hold a finger up. And is going to release... release a small amount of slightly radiant spores in the air around you. It's almost like dandelion puffs. Fine, don't worry about it.
This help protect us?
No, but it makes it easier to talk to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
You will feel this voice kind of vibrating through the spores in your mind.
That's weird.
We don't have mouths.
That would
What do you
make talking.
eat?
Sunlight. Moisture. Dead.
Yeah, me too. It's happened before. We were there.
Yeah, that's true, it did.
I had blocked that out. Thank you.
Probably for the best.
What are you doing? You're hunting it as well.
Yeah.
What is it?
One of the spore worms. Normally, the fungus is tended to by a series of worms. They're about the size of my leg. Very good for the fungus. Mine. Something wrong. It grew. Tunnel will tremble as it says that in your mind.
So there's a giant spore worm on them.
Yes.
How big are we talking?
Is it still growing?
Look. And he'll point through the hole to the central harvesting area.
No. Is that the hole it made?
That's a door. That's the hole it made. And he points to the center of the room where you will see there is a 30-foot wide hole in the ground.
Oh.
Basically turning this room, this normally 90-foot radius room, into a donut.
So it's big. It's real big.
Yeah, he's a big boy.
Or he just likes to go in circles?
No, it's
He's a big boy. It's a big okay.
chunky.
Have you?
Hurt these things.
Yeah.
Have I heard them?
How do you hurt them?
Well, he reaches up and with his hands are bisected into 3 fingers, including the thumb. And you see that on his back he has a pair of swords. I'm going to pull them off. This one's for bleeding things.
Okay.
And this thing's... He pulls out another sword. It looks like it has some gold intermixed with its blade.
Pretty.
This is for things that do so well. You will actually recognize that it is... looks like Ori Halcom, actually. It has a slight reddish hue to the blade.
Okay. So, plan of attack. it
Your
really
plan
hard.
should be attack.
Oh, I was thinking.
These things are they're normally resistant to magic because they feed on fungi on a daily basis.
It's probably even more resistant to magic because whatever this fungus stuff itself is also magic resistant.
I would assume that it's probably also immune to poison.
Yeah, probably. Because, of course. Hopefully it will take stabbing well.
Here's hoping. I was waiting for you to show up. I had a feeling that you'd follow my trail, Thalmarel. Well, here I am.
All right, let's go. I want to wreck
There
this
might
thing
be
and
more
go to
problems, though.
bed. I mean, why? What?
That angle, it looks like it's drilled into the pines.
Well,
Drow don't tend to work mine. They outsource labor. You don't mean Dragar science.
fun.
Pleasant.
I love this.
Joy.
Hate this.
Well, should we go deal with some infected Drugar giants and a giant worm?
And some.
Who knows?
And that? And who knows what else?
It's my theory that if we kill Central Host,
At least extract the shard.
Shard,
Magical.
Magical
Chaos
shards.
shard.
Yeah.
It mutates and warps things. I think it's probably what made your worm grow so big.
see, I can go scout ahead. Unlike you, affected.
That's a.
Do you have anything to help us from getting infected?
He'll reach into his satchel, look up at you, pull out a handkerchief.
Oh.
Yeah, just.
Don't breathe it in. Don't get infected. Don't fall in love.
Okay, it's kind of, going from one thing to another real quick, but okay.
It transmits all sorts of ways.
Hmm.
Don't fall in love.
Oh.
You will get an image of what he means by that.
Do we all get the image?
Yes, but you'll also get the image that as a fungal creature that reproduces asexually, he has no idea what that looks like. And it's like, it kind of looks like, what like a 5-year-old thinks sex is. Where it's like touching butts together or something like that. Like it's really like, it's a bunch of jumbled images that don't make any sense. But you get the idea.
Okay, don't touch butts.
Don't touch the butt.
But
We won't touch the butt. Well, thank you for your information.
a strong breeze begins to blow through the hollowed out tunnel of the harvesting center. Wind's howling. I'll scout ahead. And he'll stand up and jog into the center mass.
I finally realized what voice you were using.
Uh-huh.
I clued in the second that you said the wolf head on the thing. I'm like, am I gonna have to toss this guy a coin?
I was singing that earlier. I was singing that earlier at the fountain when you said I found
Right.
coins.
Nice.
Yep.
You practiced earlier.
As he pauses at the edge. Widen. Widen. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Bows his hat and does this really strange arms behind the back run to the hole and jumps in.
He Naruto runs.
He's a mic in it. I'm assuming that that's how he has to run. He's basically wearing a broad-brimmed, like, samurai hat the whole time, right? Like, that is him.
Does
So
that actually make you go faster?
No, it's actually slower. It's
actually, if you're a Myconid, I think it makes you go faster.
Okay, yeah, as Myconid, they don't have the same physics as people do. So.
He really doesn't. It's weird.
Widen?
Gwyden, yeah.
Alright, let's go hunt ourselves a giant worm.
It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
So, oh god, he is, isn't he? Oh, there you go, Matt Mercer.
What?
Oh, he's a frickin' blood hunter. Matt Mercer's custom class.
Oh.
Because that's the closest thing to a witcher that a mushroom would be.
A blood hunter?
Blood hunter, they get like, it's basically like weird blood focused, one part bloodborne, one part gloomstalker.
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
very
Alright,
silly.
so with that, it is 10 o'clock right now. I think that
I'm done.
you are,
We're
so
fading.
you prepare yourselves, you approach the massive hole that you'll have to climb down to follow this thing's trail. Any last words as you're looming over this giant borrowed pit?
Oh,
I'm going in.
fuck.
Geronimo.
Let's go poke a worm.
Yeah.
No sexy times.
You know.
Remember,
Wait.
that's how you pass this shit around.
What, we can't touch butts with the worm?
No!
Okay, let's go touch butts with the worm.
No!
And with that, we're going to call game there.
What
So thank you so
much.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Dork Tales.
It's not eating.
It's a two-parter. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you are in the Vancouver Island area and are headed down to Victoria, we are going to be at SecunaCon this weekend. I am running 13 or 14 events at it.
So many.
So many events. So you can do this episode may not be the best one to launch off from, but I'm doing a Dungeon Mastering 101. We are doing 5 panels of basically game mastering tips and how to run games, as well as a ton of contests and other content that we always do for the convention, including Dungeons and Dragons Live, which is like this but mimed. And also you're doing a sexy Magic Harp cosplay.
Really?
Goldine.
Goldine.
I have
You're,
it.
you're legit down under while we're down under right now.
Wait, are you in Australia?
You said they're in Australia.
Oh, you missed my worst Australian accent ever. Because they go into this area with the drow, right? And they meet this drider named Bruce, who's like, "G'day, mate. Time to go down under.
G'day.
This is your first time down under." And he's like, "I'm doing my crocodile hunter the whole time." And it's awful. But thank you.
Yeah, we went there. We went the whole.
went there.
We're in the Underdark, so we're down under.
I actually have kangaroo jerky in the next room. Because I did I know, the Underdark are down under. Because I did the Imgur Secret Santa and I got someone from Australia. So they sent me like a ton of, like, I have like emu jerky and crocodile jerky, and
Crocodile was weird.
crocodile's not good jerky, man. I don't know how you do this. But thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you had some fun. Where it is.
I hope you
Also-
subscribe.
Oh yeah, subscribe, follow. It's and be careful. It's drop bear season.
Like,
Just fly over.
I mean, the drow can be Aussie because we
Why?
already.
Because they're down under.
Yeah, and we already
They
did
come
like
from a land down under.
what was it? German for like Dragonborn.
Yeah, well, also because it's these drow are Aussies, or at least one of them is. The rest of them don't seem to have much of an accent.
Yeah.
Croc is not delish. And then
So the Drider was Oz.
the driver was an
haven't
Aussie.
yet.
He was an Aussie cab driver. He was basically an Uber driver because he was a
Yeah.
drider, which I imagine just would be a perfect app name.
Yeah, I was
Call your
thinking about.
drider.
No, I was like, Drider. Is that in direct competition with,
Oh yeah,
the
Griff.
Flying Eagle?
Grift.
And the
Yeah.
Grift? Yeah.
It's Grift.
Griff really sounds like it should be something
No.
along the lines of Grinder.
It's Egal. Egal.
Eagle?
Egal.
How do you spell it? Hold
Egal.
on.
It's like eagle, but different. Yeah. So tune in, watch our stuff. It's weird and it's funny. This game is particularly humorous.
This game was particularly like dirty.
Yeah, we're on like
some of our games touch on that a little bit, especially when it's Mars centered because she's a little perverse.
yeah, a little
Yeah.
bit, a little bit.
But otherwise,
sweet
we
little
tend to just
pervert.
get up to like goofy fun.
It's
Our
pretty
sweet little purple pervert.
It's a fun game. But we will see you next time. I hope everything's going well down in Australia, and everybody else who's in the Vancouver Island area. See you this weekend. Goodbye.
You should come out from Australia for Sakina.
You should.
Yeah,
It's-
just fly over.
Just
It's a couple $1,000.
Just don't.
Yay!
I mean, depends on which part of Australia is kind
follow
of.
us on Instagram too.
Blondie.
Oh, what?
Head bobbing.
Oh yeah.
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 All right, and with that, I'm going to say goodnight because it is late. And it's
late.
very early for you, so have a nice day.
Actually, I think it's only like 5 p.m. there.
Really?
Is it?
What
Wait,
time is
5
it?
p.m.?
Yeah, I think it's
Like
like
a-
5 p.m.
Isn't it like
Oh.
an 18-hour?
Depending what part of Australia.
What time is it?
Oh yeah, we're in
Oh yeah, what
Australia.
time is it in Australia?
We're really curious
Can you
now.
tell?
Because I know in New Zealand it is.
4 o'clock?
Yeah.
All right, well, have a good
Yeah.
evening. Go
Enjoy your
enjoy.
walk.
Yeah.
Go enjoy.
Are you in the future? Is it tomorrow there?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. It's 4 p.m. tomorrow.
Enjoy.
It's 4 p.m. tomorrow,
tomorrow.
and it's the middle of summer, right?
Yeah.
So like, go have a barbecue.
It's almost dinner
That's
time.
crazy.
Or don't.
It's freezing up here.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Have
it's
an
really.
ice cream.
It's cold.
Oh man, have ice cream for us. Anyway,
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.